Five, four, three, two, one, start. Got about 4 minutes of Stephen Greer at 10% speed. This is from the Kim Iverson show. He's clearly scripted reading. One can see the teleprompter reflecting off the upper left corner of his glasses. Looks like rolling print. Admittedly, it's very difficult. Right there, it's a clear view, but maybe I'm not seeing things. I mean, it could be the inner, like the arm of the other side of the, well, no. I mean, I'm looking at it, that looks like a teleprompter, and it would be right where, but anyway, that's not the point of this, because it is impossible to prove. It's impossible to know. Unlike when I got the teleprompters off of fault lines, this guy's face is out of control. This is one of those spookier kind of spooks. They have to take the drugs because they've known the whole time. They have to know. They have to hide. They have to suppress that everything is scripted. They have to know. But they have to bury it into their minds deep. They don't want it right there. He's reading. And then I observed the reactions to my shtick, to the lowlifes. And it worked. I can tell things. I'm not saying it's because I'm a great guy, thinker type. Although I can think. I give credit to the autism. And I'll give credit to ADHD. I don't think they can be separated. They're part and parcel of the same living body. The unexplainable consciousness. So I continue this shtick, but I go at a much slower rate of posting. I've got that silent movie, and I'm going to watch that right now. It's just before 7 a.m. on a Saturday. I'm done with the internet. I'm not done, but I mean, I'm done with crap like this. I mean, I'm not done with it, but I'm done being influenced by them. This is my gift to everyone else, that the conditioning can be broken and rather easily. Maybe not easily, but it can be broken eventually. Okay, in about 10 seconds, right there, he's reading. Reading is horizontal, busted. I'll be back, and it's going to be a silent movie. I tried to do a voiceover of a silent movie. I'm not going to do that. It's just no fun anymore. And I don't think anyone was really into that. So I'm moving on from doing talkovers of silent movies. But I haven't stopped doing voiceovers of scripted, demented, sleazy COINTELPRO actors. This time it's going to be, well, we're done with Stephen Greer. The guy is a nightmare to look at. He's obviously a junkie, this Stephen Greer. Obviously COINTELPRO. Obviously the internet is rigged. Obviously, it's a dead internet. No one real, no one organic is on it. Just paid fakes. Maybe a few odds and ends of nut jobs who still buy into it. I used to be a nut job who bought into it, but that lasted about a year into 2008. And then I still believed in it while I didn't believe in it. So I really truly didn't give up on the conditioning till after the after Julian was arrested, and I went through some health situations, and I wake up calls, spiritual wake up calls. And I just figured out how to quit. I'm done with it. They got nothing on me anymore. I can go without internet. I can fully go without it. I'm before the internet became a thing. I'm before it. I made it back before it. So I'm going to stop with this little introduction going on where I'm just speaking into the microphone. Then I'm going to edit out all the gaps so it doesn't go on and on and on forever. I already got an outro tune. I got like a gypsy buzzing through me noggin, so I'm going to try to sing that. I tried a long time ago, but I wasn't good at it. It's a female voice, Fleetwood Mac, and it's just not an easy tune, but I think months later I can do it. I'm just going to do it. I don't care how I sound. I don't care what people think. I don't care how I do care how I sound, but only in an organic, only in an trying to go with the flow of the universe. I'm not trying to pierce anyone's ears, but I am trying to get people to wake the F up and see that they are 100% scripted and that we should get in their faces. We should not be afraid. People should not be afraid. I'm not saying rise and shine and do this for the rest of your lives or even do it at all. But if anyone's on the internet, you've been on the internet, you did social media, and you don't give an F, you're not scared of it, you don't get you don't get bullied, you don't care. You know they're just all bark. All they do is bark. They're all hiding losers in little towns and cities somewhere. Fake name. A lot of these people. All right, I'm going on and on. These people, all right, Aaron Matei and Max Blumenthal. They got tweaked out faces. Blumenthal's seems the most under control. He uses his autism to keep the stone face so his face doesn't tweak out. But if you pay attention long enough to Blumenthal, one can see he's drugged up. He's just the best of the best at hiding it. Let's see. So yes, we're gonna run through my live stream of. I've already set it up. We got Mattei, this guy Mattei who fills in for Dor, and Blumenthal who goes on Dor. They're all incestuous. They're all tied to hips. Every one of their hips are tied to the other hips. They got away with nothing. They're not. No one cares. I'd say tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, now know they're scripted. And probably the people who were falling for it are the ones who found out. I imagine most people don't give an F about any of this because it's so convoluted. None of it adds up. It's boring. It's boring. It's Charlie Brown, Lucy with the football. You gotta stop. People have to stop falling for that. They have to wake the F up and quit social media, or at least let them know that we know they're scripted and that their faces are tweaking out. I've shown exactly how to out people as scripted COINTELPRO. I find stuff out. There's no media, there's no news, there's nothing out there. This world, I mean, not the world, not the nature. This social structure is rotten to its core. None of these people mean anything to me, and I love being blunt. I love an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Oh, okay. I've got one more thing to add before going to that live stream. So check this out. Jesus, he allegedly goes for the Bible word for word. He loved it. He spread the word of it. He said if we just get back into it, God will love us again. God is love, and God's word is the word. So anyway, if the word in the Bible says a tooth for a tooth, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, am I mistaken? So in the Bible, it says an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and that's frickin' Mossad, which I don't like, but the Jewish people figured out how to get people off their frickin' backs. I'll just say that, and I'll say it had to be with a tooth for a tooth, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. So you try to genocide a race, and they're one of the oldest people around, and they say an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Well, that doesn't come out literally, but I hate using the word literally since the CIA wants us all. They have all these scripted shows saying literally every other word. Could you make your frickin' patterns not so obvious? So yeah, I'm losing. What was my point? It was about Jesus. So yeah, how did Jesus become? Oh, turn the other cheek, man. Don't take that so personally. How did thou shalt not kill? How did all this stuff? How does an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth into turn the other cheek? So this is just more proof that the both Bibles were rigged, were scripted. I don't know much about the original Bible, the Jewish Bible. That must have been people in control from that there must be some system. It's been in place for about 5,000 years, maybe before the flooding, the big floods. Maybe it was going on before then. It's like ancient knowledge of how to control societies. So there's like ancient psychology in which masses of people are easily manipulated, and it's through the God concept. It can also be then shifted into the science concept. So it's all about manipulating minds. That's all that's going on in this world. Krishnamurti, for all his flaws, he tried to get that point across. He got it across to myself. I wish he had gone a little bit further in exposing the theosophy people, but maybe he was scared to do that. So anyway, with that intro right there, to go on top of the Greer thing I did yesterday, we'll now funnel into, well, what I'll probably do, I'm not big on editing much, so I'm just going to knock out gaps I can, so it won't be 100% organic, what I've said so far today. It's a new day. It's not the Greer thing I did a couple days ago, but it's what is it? It's just after 7 a.m. on Monday. I'm feeling really good. It feels as if I'm not exhaling after speech, so I won't have to delete much for sounds I don't like. I do care, but these other people, they don't care. There's nothing free about them. The great thing about watching Krishnamurti lectures is that one knows he isn't scripted. I love that. I love things that are natural, organic, not scripted. This thing going on is so demented. It gets me so angry, and that's why I ultimately quit it, because there's no way to beat them. There's no way to end them. The system of their shows. I don't mean end them. I mean end their online personalities that are scripted. I was raised in a world in which I thought if there's Schadenfreude, that's it. It's over. You're done. I find a video on Farron Franzak drunk driving. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. The only thing that happens is she goes into hiding. My video somehow doesn't just stop getting page views. Nothing ever happens. I had a scoop on Brett Kimberlin, the Speedway bomber. I had that thing for close to 2 years. Nothing happened. Then it got co-opted by Breitbart, their form of COINTELPRO, their side of COINTELPRO. It's all the same group. They're all the same. They're on the same military backwater payroll. So I think I've said enough. Going to go into that countdown system, and this is about 4 minutes. I slowed them down 40%. It's only them for a couple minutes. It's really clear and obvious they're scripted. So let's get right to that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. So Blumenthal looks stoic. Look for horizontal movement, whether with the eyes, like Matei right there, he's sliding over. He's staring at something, and he's going horizontally. So they got, what's that, red shift? They know when planets emerge, they can figure out how far away places are. Blumenthal gliding over. They're both gliding over. That, see, I don't even have to cherry pick. I just went for a scene where it's that so the redshift analogy. Sorry, I didn't finish the thought. So they can figure all that stuff out by color, by the color spectrum. It can be applied to things like if someone's scripted. So this guy, so I'm going to try to tweet these guys. I love to let them know. I'm not afraid. I want them to know that I know there's. I want Matei. I want this guy Matei and Blumenthal. I want both of these. I mean, for lack of a better word, these people are turds. They're subhuman. They're not. They're sleazy, sweaty, gross. They do that the nod. Blumenthal shaking his head up and down. That is part of their job description. Blumenthal going side. He can't. So even the best of the best can't pull this off. Matei going hard. You can just see it. No thanks to anyone who's seen my videos. No thanks to any of you guys. None of you backing me up. None of you making comments. None of you helping out. No one helping out. No one doing squat. It was all me. So I'm trying not to be a conceited whatever, but this has been all me proving this. So everyone else can have no respect. No respect for social media. No respect for these people. This guy Aaron Matei. So I want to tweet them. They don't get the big count. They probably don't get big. They're probably easy to. I bet they read their tweets. If you tweet Elon Musk, is he gonna actually read that? I doubt it. Maybe Kevin Durant reads all his tweets. I don't know. Okay, we got about just over a half minute left. Matei rubbing his nose. I think he does. And his coke jar, you can see it right there. Blumenthal has a coke jar right there. Can see it. I have autism. I can see shit stuff. I don't think shit's a curse word. But I'm not sure. I don't really curse. Matei with the drug-induced deformed face. Go F yourselves, all you people with deformed. You got no dignity. Good, only 15 seconds left of this garbage. There's Blumenthal gliding sideways. You don't fool me, Blumenthal. Hopefully I can tweet these sleazy MFers. Oh, look at Matei trying to keep his face from tweaking out. Good luck with that. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm back to the velvet, but underground, back to the floor that I love, to a room with some lace, paper flowers, back to the gypsy that I was, to the gypsy that I and it all comes down to you. Well, you know that it does. Well, lightning strikes maybe once, maybe twice. It's up the night. And you see a gypsy You see, you're a gypsy. To the gypsy that remains, she faces freedom with a little fear. I have no fear. I have only love. And if I was a child, and the child was enough for me to love, enough to love. She's dancing away from you now. She was just a wish. She was just a wish. And the memory is all that is left for you now. You see, you're a gypsy. Oh, you see, you're a gypsy. Lightning strikes, maybe once, maybe twice, and it all comes down to you. And it all comes down to you. It all comes down to you. Lightning strikes, maybe once, maybe twice, and it all comes down to you. I still see your pride.